What up, all you worship peoples? Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Nate Meist, and I love equipping worship leaders with helpful and encouraging content. And today we're going to be looking at a new one by McClarney, Speak to the Mountains. Let's get into it. Before we get into today's video, if there's anything that you guys would like me to cover, whether it's another song tutorial or maybe some more back-end worship logistics stuff, how to hold auditions or team building or whatever it might be, leave a comment down below. Vote for that stuff down in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. I want to see, you know, if there's any content that you'd like me to be putting out, and to just hear your thoughts. Alright, there's three things that we're going to be going over in this video to help you out today. The first thing is key and capo usage when playing this song, what key I'm playing it in. The second thing are the chords for all the different sections of this song. And the third thing will be the foundational kind of strumming patterns that I use throughout the sections of this song. To help you out, I've given you two helpful tools in this video. The first thing are the chord diagrams, which I will use for every chord that I play. So you can always pause the video and study the finger placement of the chords that I'm using. And the second thing is the fact that this video is time-stamped. So if you just hover your mouse over the time bar at the bottom of the video, or if you're on a device, just like you'll see that the time bar is segmented into different sections. And you can fast forward to a particular section of the song, or if you want to reference back to this video, it'll be easy for you to find a particular section. Alright, so key and capo placement. This song was recorded in the key of A flat, which is a really crazy key, you know, when you just like hear it, you know, it's like A flat, what does that mean? Basically on a guitar, the easiest way to play an A flat would be to play in the G position with capo on the first fret, okay? And then when you play in the G position, that's an A flat right there. The cool thing is, I'm going to be showing you G position chords. So if you wanted to play in the original key, you easily could, still using the chords that I'm about to show you in this video. For me, I found that the key of G works nicely for my voice, so that's just a half step down. So all I have to do is just take off the capo and just play a normal G chord, and that key is going to work great for me. So that's the key I'm going to show you and the position I'm going to be showing you today. It's the G position, but it's also the key of G as well, so it works out nice. Intro. Let's play through the intro of the song, and then I'll break down the chords and strumming patterns for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then into the first verse there. Alright, let's break down the strumming pattern that I'm using, kind of foundational strumming pattern. I'm not going to call out every single strumming stroke that I play, but this is the gist of what I'm doing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down. Let's go over those chords. So it's funny because the last two song tutorials that I have done have used the same exact kind of chord, chord combo, and it was for Graves into Gardens and Hold On to Me by Lauren Daigle. Same exact thing. I think it's so funny, but I'm not doing this on purpose. But yeah, so basically it's the same thing. So if you watch those videos, you're gonna know. But you kind of play this weird G position. At least this is how I do it. All right. So all these videos are like, this is how I would approach this song on an acoustic guitar. It's not like this is how to play the song exactly like the recording. That's not what these videos are. This is for all of you that are like, I just want to play this song for my church this Sunday, or I just want to play this in a small group, and that's all. I'm not trying to play this song just like the album version. So this is how I would approach this chord. It's kind of a weird position for the G, but I'll show you why. You put your ring finger up here on the G note, and you put your pinky actually on the same exact note, but on the higher E string. And then you're muting the second string, so that's not ringing out. So that sounds like this. That's that first chord. And then the reason I play it like this is so that I can free up my index finger and my middle finger, so that I can hammer on the what the chord chart calls a C over G, or I guess it could be called a minor over G, or A minor 7 over G. But this is what the chord looks like. So I hammer my fingers on to play that chord, and then I release them, or I pull off the strings. So that's what gives it that. That's what gives it that sound. And that's why the strumming pattern actually doesn't change, because I'm not playing those notes, I'm hammering my fingers on. So it starts on that G, that weird G. C over G, back to G. And then it's going to go to an F. To C. Back to G. And that would be the intro. You know, a lot of times, if you watch my other videos, I play an F like this. I just feel like it doesn't work well in the context of this song. I feel like this just sounds nicer in the context of these chords in this song. Also for the C, I usually play like a C2, like this. In most worship songs it works, but in this one I'm just playing the more traditional form of this particular C chord, and I just feel like this sounds nicer in the context of this style and of these chords together. So alright, verse 1. Let's play through it and I'll break down the chords and strumming patterns. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why would I worry when giants come calling my name? My God is so much bigger. Troubles I face. Why would I hunger for power, riches, or fame? Oh, my God is so much better than all of these things. I won't be. And then into the chorus there. Alright, let's break down the strumming pattern for that first verse. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, the chorus. Let's play through it and then we'll break it down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. I won't be shaken. I won't be moved. My God is faithful. His promise is true. So I'll speak to the mountains. Oh, it's time to move. My God is bigger, better, stronger, greater than you. And then into the second verse there. Alright, for the strumming pattern for this first chorus, you can just refer back to the first verse and apply that strumming pattern. That'll most likely be the same strumming pattern that you can use throughout the remainder of the song. And other than that, let's get into the chords. So it starts on this E minor. Again, I'm changing up the way that I usually do chords. Usually for an E minor, I would play this. It's like the worship leader E minor, but I'm playing a more traditional E minor. I might not be using the like traditional fingering. This is just how I play it because I found that it's easier for me to transition to other chords when I use my middle and ring finger to play that E minor. So yeah, so this is we're starting on the E minor. I won't be shaken. And then to the C. I won't be moved. G. I'm still playing that kind of weird G that we played in the intro and in the verse because it maintains that same sound. And I like the way that fifth string, the B string, rings out. Just gives the chord a nice sound. And then it goes to a D over F sharp. My God is E minor, faithful, C. His promises, D sus, true. And then down to a D. So I'll speak to the E minor, mountains, C. Oh, it's time to G, move, D over F sharp, E minor, D. My God is A minor 7, bigger, G over B, better, C, stronger, D sus, greater, G, than you. And then they do at the end of the chorus, to go into the second verse, they do that C over G chord again. So it goes, greater than you. And then, my enemies scatter. Alright, verse 2. Let's play through this and then we'll break it down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. My enemies scatter, 'cause they know the battle is done. My God's stronger, the victory's already won. Yeah, He died for my ransom and rose up on the third day. Oh, my God is greater than death, hell and the grave. Oh, I won't be shaken. And then into the second chorus. Alright, once again, as far as the strumming pattern goes, you can use the same strumming pattern that I taught you for verse 1 that I also suggested to use in the first chorus. So you can just keep that same strumming pattern going, but just make sure to change up the dynamics of your intensity. So obviously for a verse, that's the energy is going to be a little lower. So you don't want to play at the same intensity that you would play the chorus at. So use dynamics. Dynamics is basically just the ups and downs of a song, you know, energy-wise. So yeah, use that same strumming pattern, and then let's dive into the chords. So we're going to start on that weird looking G again. My enemies scatter, up to C over G, 'cause they know the battle is, back down to G, done. And then you're gonna go up to C over G and then back down to G really quick, 'cause they know the battle is done. And then you're gonna go to an F. My God is stronger, to the C. The victory's already, to the G, won. And then you're gonna do another C over G, back down to G embellishment, and then back up to C over G again. So it's gonna sound like, the victory's already won. Yeah, he, to the G, died for my ransom, C over G, and rose up on the third, back down to G, day. I'm gonna do that C over G embellishment again. Down to F. My God is greater than death, C. Hell and to G, grave. And then it'll go into the chorus there. Alright, so the second chorus, this is a lot like the first chorus in terms of like the strumming pattern and the chords. The only difference is that there's a last line of chords that you play going into the bridge that is not played when you play this chorus the first time. So I'm going to play through the entire second chorus and then we'll break it down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Oh, I won't be shaken. I won't be moved. My God is faithful. His promise is true. So I speak to the mountains. Oh, it's time to move. My God is bigger, better, stronger, greater than you. There's no mountain too. And then it goes into the bridge there. Alright, so once again, the strumming pattern can still be used that I taught you for verse 1 in this chorus as well. You're obviously going to play it with a lot more intensity, going back to that whole dynamics thing that I already talked about. And then in terms of chords, like I said, the only difference is that last line, there's an additional set of chords that you play when you finish singing the My God is bigger, better, stronger, greater than you, and then you go into this another line of chords that takes you into the bridge. So I'm going to show you that now. So let's start with the My God is bigger. So we're going to be on the D. So my God is, and then we're going to go to A minor 7. Bigger, G over B. Better, C. Stronger, D sus. Greater, and then this is where it changes. Usually we go to a G here, but you're going to go back to an A minor 7. Then you, and then G over B, C, D sus, and then you go back to an A minor 7 again to start singing the bridge. There's no mountain. And that's the biggest difference on that second chorus. Alright, on to the bridge. Let's play through it and then we'll break this down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no mountain too high, no valley too low. There's no fear that I have He doesn't already know. There's no problem too big, there's no weapon too strong. There is nothing for God that's impossible. There's no mountain too high, no valley too low. There's no fear that I have He doesn't already into that last chorus. All right, so in terms of strumming, each bridge there's two back-to-back bridges. The first bridge I play one strumming pattern, the second bridge I play another strumming pattern. So this is the first bridge, okay? This is how I'm approaching it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down, up, up, 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 down. And here is the strumming pattern that I use for the second bridge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down, 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 up, down, 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 down. All right, chords for the bridge. Let's go over these. So you're going to start on the A minor 7. There's no G over B, mountain too high, C, no valley too low, it's a D sus. A minor 7 again. There's no fear, G over B, that I have, C, he doesn't already, D sus, no. A minor 7 again. There's no problem, G over B, too big, C. There's no weapon, D sus, too strong, A minor 7. There is nothing, G over B, for God, C. That's him, D sus, possible. And then that is what you're going to repeat. You're going to do the bridge again. But then when you get to this part on the second time, you're going to do that cycle of chords one more time. So, that's impossible. So back to A minor 7, G over B, to the C. And then you're going to hit that D sus again, but now you're singing the beginning of the last chorus. I won't be shaken, and then to the E minor. Alright, so the last chorus, which is going to go into like 5 tags after that, and then that's the end of the song. I'm going to play through this entire closing section, and then we'll break it down. So here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. I won't be shaken. I won't be moved. My God is faithful. His promise is true. So I speak to the mountains. Oh, it's time to move. My God is bigger, better, stronger, greater, bigger, better, stronger, greater, bigger, better, stronger, greater, bigger, better, stronger, greater, bigger, better, stronger, greater than you. For a reference for strumming for those tags, those 5 tags at the end, bigger, better, stronger, greater. I keep thinking of the Daft Punk song. But for a reference for strumming, just use the 2 bridges that I did. I use a similar strumming pattern for the first bridge, and then at the very end, that last tag, I'm doing all those downstrokes, just like I strummed the second bridge. So you can kind of use those as reference for how to strum those 5 tags at the end of the song. And then for the chords for that closing section, starting with that chorus, we're going to start on the E minor. Well, first it's the D sus, because it goes, I won't be, so that D sus, and then to the E minor, shake it, C, I won't be, G, moved, D over F sharp, my God is E minor, faithful to the C, His promises, D sus, true to a D. So I speak to the E minor, mountains up to C. Oh, it's time to G, move, D over F sharp, E minor, and then D. My God is, and then it goes into these tags, which start on A minor 7, bigger, G over B, better, up to C, stronger, D sus, greater, and then it just does that 4 more times. And then after the 5th time, it ends on the G finally. Then you... But that is our worship tutorial for today, guys. Speak to the Mountains by McClarney. This is a new release of his, an amazing song. I was so happy to teach it to you guys. I hope this video helped you. If it did, why don't you give it a like and maybe even subscribe so that you don't miss future worship tutorials. I'll see you guys in the next one.